Got it.
Excuse me.
Well, we'll get started. Thanks, guys, for joining. I think this is number 95.
Wow.
Amazing.
Got a couple more people joining here. Better late than never. Ladies and gentlemen, give a warm round of welcome to Sean Mullins.
Oh, thank you. Thank you guys so much. We're in my wonderful home. So if you do hear a child yelling, that's my son, my son James. But we're here to see some magic.
No.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice.
Wow.
You want to know how I did it?
Yeah.
Little vial of this, a little vial of invisible powder.
Well, that explains it.
I'll show you how it works. No, it's still there. You gotta watch. Right?
God.
That's great.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, one of my great mentors always told me that magic should only be performed at night. We're going to have to use our imagination a little bit. But it is a little later here. It's 1 o'clock, so we can set the stage a little bit.
Great.
Open.
Oh,
Oh.
Thank you.
so pretty. So pretty.
It looks closer to the curtain than it actually is, I promise. But now that it's nighttime, we can break into a little bit of the card magic. You see, what's interesting with light can actually affect the things around it a little bit, and I'll show you what I mean. You see, it can actually make things look almost like it's see-through.
Ah. Yeah.
It's as it gets closer to light. That's the thing that makes it kind of funky. You see, like as it gets closer, you can almost see through it. But there's one other thing that makes it pretty bizarre, and that's that when you move it away after doing it, get it nice and warm, move it away, it actually begins.
Color.
A question that's often asked is, how do you practice magic? Because you can't really do it when people are around. So how do you know? And the way to do it is to have a card selected without knowing what it is. James Bentley, do you mind unmuting yourself real quick?
Okay.
I'm going to go through the pack here. You just say stop whenever you like.
Right there, it works for me.
Right there?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I'm going to mark it right there with my pen. So that way it doesn't move. Now the goal is to figure out what that card is without looking at it, right? See, if you listen closely to the cards, it'll tell you exactly what it is. And this card right here, this card's the Two of Clubs. The Two of Clubs is telling me it's exactly the same back design. Yeah. Now, if we get a little right here. Now, this card right here, you may not know it from just looking quickly, but it takes a lot of practice. But you'll notice that this card is the same thickness as that card. Same. It's pretty minute, but it's close. It's close. Now, if you were to just randomly cut to some spots, you wouldn't be able to do this. You have to listen to what the cards are telling you. And what the cards are telling me right now is that the last two has to be underneath that pen, the Two of Spades. Some more practice might be needed on that part. Well, luckily, twos are wild.
Whoa.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love it.
Now, there are big mysteries in the world and there are small mysteries. Big mysteries like why are we here in the universe, right? And there are small mysteries like why, when I open a deck of cards, are there only 51? Well, I can answer that. You see, sometimes after a game, you shuffle the deck and you put it away. But when those cards were shuffled, the kings came together. And when the kings come together, they eat the other playing cards. True. You see, this one right here, he has an axe. That axe to hack up the other cards. These two, they have swords, just like at a Brazilian grill to put the meat on. And this guy right here, he's cleaning his ears with his sword. We'll see how hungry they are today when we put them together. They make a little mouth.
Oh.
That's on me. That's on me.
Whoa.
They are definitely hungry. Now, to the kings, this deck of cards just looks like a bunch of missionaries. And that's exactly what they are. They're just trying to convert these cannibals. Would someone else just unmute yourself? I'm just going to run my finger down the side. Just say stop.
Stop.
Right there. Or do you want me to go like one or two more?
That's good.
Right there's good? Okay. So we'll use our first missionary, the Eight of Spades. Starts like all missionaries do. Missionary position. And our kings take the eating position. It goes in. And if you listen close, you may hear their bones crunching.
Yeah, nice. Nice.
Our kings are in fact hungry, hungrier than I thought initially. I mean, come on. Now, we will need another missionary because they're not done eating just yet. And we have the 10 of clubs. Now, the 10 of clubs attacks a little differently. He jumps on the back of the cannibals. And the cannibals waste no time to get right back on top of him, and bones are crunching again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm.
Now, the thing that really gets me is how do they stay so thin? I mean, I don't know about you, but after I've eaten 2 people. So we need a hero, someone to save the day. And we have the 10 of diamonds. The 10 of diamonds attacks them face up. Very important. It's too late. Thank God. Just as before, he's completely eaten. Now, this is supposed to be a happy story, not where the cannibals win and everybody else loses. So if you ever find yourself in a bad position, just remember you can always click your heels 3 times and say, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no.
Place like home.
And look, the 8 of spades comes back. The 10 of clubs comes back. The 10 of diamonds comes back. And there never were any
Whoa. Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice.
Woo.
Pretty, pretty, pretty.
Thank you very much. I think we need to let them rest for a moment. Who do we got here? Who's someone who wants to play a little bit of a game? Anybody? Just unmute
Debbie
yourself and say
Belkin.
me. Who's gonna do it? Whose name?
Mark, I'll do it.
Debbie Belkin.
Debbie. All right,
Debbie.
Debbie. I've never met you
Unmute
before.
yourself, Debbie. Unmute.
What a surprise.
Okay.
Muted.
This is great. Hi, Debbie. I'm Sean. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And Debbie, we're gonna play a little bit of a game. And I'm gonna be honest, nobody has won this game before. It's called What's in the Bag. Now, I'm from Boston, and everybody in Boston all guesses the exact same thing. It's not one of those. I've done this for a couple people over in California, and they guessed an avocado pit. I don't know why, but it's not one of those either. Wouldn't fit in there if it did. Now, I'll let you see it. If you were here, you could hold it and squish it. Debbie, it's time to play What's in the Bag.
A key.
It's a what?
A key.
A key. Now, a key to what? Like an old-fashioned key or something like that?
A skeleton key. Yeah.
Like a skeleton key. A skeleton key. Wrong kind of key would be needed. This one would need a church key.
Oh. Oh, nice.
Hey.
So I'm Irish, and where I am, it's 1 o'clock. So sláinte.
Nice.
I need somebody else here. Who else do we got?
I'll do it, Sean.
Who's that?
It's Dennis.
Sounds like Dennis.
Who is it? I can't hear it.
It's Dennis.
Dennis? Perfect. And I'm sorry, I'm plugged up on this side, so if I ask you to repeat yourself, I just can't hear well. Dennis, everything that you've seen up until now has been sleight of hand, right? What I'm about to show you now is Satanism. It's not Satanism, but it's close to Satanism. It's applied psychology. Think about it. And I've shown this to a lot of different people in a lot of different countries, and it always works. Do you know why?
No.
Because people think relatively alike. I'll show you what I mean. Now, I'm going to go through here, And I just want you to watch the cards as they go by. And Dennis, you can say stop when you like.
Stop.
Right there. Perfect. We're going to use just a couple of these. We'll use 4. I can't see you. Is there a way that I can jump to gallery real quick? If you, right. No, where are you, Dennis? Give me a wave. I see ya. Never mind. Now, with your left hand, so we have these 4 cards. With your left hand, just put a 1, 2, 3, or 4 up there. We're going to eliminate 3 of them rather quickly. 4? Okay. And with your right hand, make another one, another number. 2 and 4, so these 2. And we're left with 2 more. Which one do you want to give to me? There's the 7 of diamonds and there's the 10 of hearts. Which one do you want to leave me with?
The 7 of diamonds.
The 7 of diamonds you want to leave me with. Okay. Now, like I said, we really do think alike. Now, do you think that was your decision or mine?
Probably yours.
That's a wise choice, Dennis. Because on the back of this card, the big X. And on the back of these cards, there really is no other X.
Hey.
Excellent.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, there's 2 things that make this work. One is psychology, like I said. Now, the other thing is it's relatively easy to influence somebody's decisions when they don't know that they're being influenced, like you a moment ago. It's a lot harder when somebody knows, like you now. So I'm going to show you real quick because nobody got a good look at these. They are all different, right? And the way you just shifted in that seat. Do you know what I'm doing right now, Dennis?
Reading me.
Close. You see, you just moved a little bit in your chair, which there's something that just makes me think I can use that to my advantage. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to change the game a little bit. I'm going to deal cards down onto the table one at a time, and I'm going to hold the card up in the air, just like this. And if you were to say stop while I was holding that card, that is the card that you'll get. There's no trickery in that. So if you stop me here, you would get the King of Spades, okay? And you can say stop whenever you like.
Stop.
Right there. Now, do you want the card that's in my hand or do you want to go a couple more?
I want the one that's in your hand.
I want the one that's in my hand. The 3 of spades. The 3 of spades. Now, you could have had any one of these. You could have had any one of these. If you had stopped me one card sooner, you would have got the 9 of clubs. But you stopped on the 3 of spades. Was that your idea or mine?
Mine.
After all this time together. After all this time together. See, Dennis, people really are alike.
Whoa. Hey, nice reveal.
Oh,
Hey.
Hey.
Thank you. So, for most people, the pandemic's been a hassle. For me, it's actually been an incredible blessing. I've been able to spend more time with my son the past 2 years than I ever thought I'd be able to as a working dad. There was a period where I was at home and got to see him every single day, and it was the best. It really was. And sometimes when I end a show, people come up to me and ask if magic is real. And I don't know how to answer that, or I used to not know how to answer that. Today, after spending so much time with my son the past couple of years, I think it is. You see, I think it is because when I see his eyes light up when something happens, that magic exists in his mind. And when that magic exists in his mind, it does exist. Just because it's in his head doesn't mean that it's not real. So I want to take you back to where I saw a piece of magic that did that for me. I won't say anything, I'll just let you enjoy.
Well done.
Wow.
Thank you guys so much. This has been an absolute pleasure. John, what you're doing for Magic and keeping it alive, even in a virtual format, is truthfully amazing. Even though it's not, good night.
Yay.
Sean, every effect a killer. A killer.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that so much.
True.
Thank you.
Good job, Sean.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Fantastic.
It's weird. I'm not used to doing things online, so so it's nice to know that it was well received.
Wow.
Yeah, it worked great. It was wonderful.
No, terrific.
Good show.
Very
Very
effective.
nice.
Thank you so much, everybody.
And the thread against the dark jacket looked really nice.
Oh, thank you. I was nervous that wouldn't show up well on camera. On stage, it shows up
Right.
super well, but
Right.
I was nervous about that. Thank you.
Now I know why you're on the CC panel.
I know for a lot of you, this is the first time you've seen me perform more than one trick.
That's right.
Awesome.
Normally, I just put one down and leave.
Great.
No, great.
How old is your son?
My son is 2.5 years old.
Oh, you were
Yeah,
there.
he
at the
is.
important time.
He is amazing, and this is the best time ever for him.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
And
is.
cute as a button.
What's that?
I said, and cute as a button. He's a real
Tornado. He is a tornado. I love him.
So Sean, talk to us a little bit about how you got your start in magic and who
Sure.
were some of your influences.
Sure. I got my start in magic when I was 18 years old. I was in a history class, not paying attention. And and the kid beside me had a black deck of cards, which was totally bizarre. Like this was pre-Walmart carrying more than one color of cards, right? So I asked him what that was, and he showed me a trick, and it blew my mind. And he was nice enough to see that I was interested, not because I wanted to know how it worked, but because I was actually interested in like doing it. So he gave me Royal Road to Card Magic. He gave me a couple other great books that he just had. They were like Dover books, but for me, that was my first real exposure to magic, and I was real lucky because after about a year or two of doing this,
No, that wasn't.
I got to meet Michael Amar and Jeff Kaler and all those guys, and they kind of pushed me a little gently in a better direction. And then after that, I got to spend time with Eugene Berger. I mean, it's pretty obvious I have some of his influence in this set. And that was life changing, spending a weekend with him and learning magic from him. And also because I've been a part of Conjurer community for the past however long they've been a thing.
6 years.
And you know, Aaron's pushed me in a good direction. Alex and Adam, they've all been such a great influence on my magic. And I think one thing that I really took away from them was just limiting the scope of my magic and saying, pick a focal point and go for it, you know, as opposed to just being this wide net of magic, which I was for a long time, you know. So that's kind of where I've been and how I've gotten here.
I couldn't help thinking about your gypsy thread routine and you not using the candle.
Yeah, the thread that I use does not burn well.
Oh, okay.
If I did, there would be a string of fire.
Oh, jeez.
That's Eugene's version, right?
No, that is actually not Eugene's handling. That handling goes back to I think it's Ali Bongo.
Ooh.
Yep. So I think that handling goes back to him. I learned it from Peter Samuelson, who teaches that same handling.
Oh, right.
Nice.
Although I made I made just a little dowel to cut. I just like the aesthetic appeal of the way the dowel kind of looks and it's light. And I don't know. I like that old spool kind of look to it. I like the white against the jacket.
Yep.
And I also
You show your hands empty.
Yeah, I love that element of it.
Something new that most people, when they do that routine, don't do.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too, it's an unfortunate thing because I love the candle and I love how Eugene did it with the candle. But the one thing that I love about doing it with my hands is that snap, right? I love that audible snap that comes from it because there's no faking that. It's definitely ripped apart. You can hear it. And I've done it that exact same way, silent, to close a theater show of about 150 people. And you can hear it on the back of my camera, that snap, all the way to the back. And it to me, that is just such a beautiful thing. The candle's a wonderful focal point in the routine and it looks very pretty, but I can't get away from the snap. I love that sound and I like the look like this, that pause here. There's just that element to it that I can't get over.
It works.
Just to complete the conversation, Eugene used to use yellow Gutermann thread. That was his favorite thread. And one of the things that I gave him was he did use the candle, but when he would reveal the thread, it looked like a one long piece of thread. And so what we did is every 6 inches we put a pen marker on it, so that when you revealed it, it looked like the burn marks were actually connected when he revealed the thread. And so it was just a nice little touch. And then I know with Jack's being there, one of the advantages of what Sean's doing here is we're not allowed to use fire at the castle.
Yeah.
So if you were to do this at the castle, you couldn't use a candle at all. And
I actually had a gag for
Max
that.
is the one that actually he developed a little razor blade that Eugene put on the close-up mat and cut it on a little razor blade when he did the routine in the castle. So I just thought I'd mention that. But I thought the whole act you did was just wonderful.
Oh, thanks, buddy. You know, one thing that that I had to do, because in Massachusetts and Rhode Island area, there's a lot of places that are just fire is not kosher. And the Matchbox, I love the Matchbox, so I developed a just a small gag to get over that, and it had the candle out, the matches come out, and the match won't strike. So then I just take up one of those candles that are like the battery operated ones, and I put that. So you guys didn't get to see the gag because I could actually use the candle, but I both have merit.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's good. It's a killer routine.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Terrific.
It's hard because I've been in Magic now for almost 18 years, and I've learned so
So
much.
you're just
Starting,
getting started, huh?
what's that?
So you're just getting started.
Absolutely. So I'm now at that that I've worked on like the hardcore sleight of hand. I'm realizing that I don't want to do all of that, and now I'm whittling away everything else. So I'm on that that other curve.
Presentation.
Yeah, trying.
Doing.
Yeah, and you know, I'm having so much fun with those not story necessarily, but like the cannibals. Like I'm having so much fun with that.
Yeah, that makes it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the way you use sound with that is really fun.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Crunching bones.
I was a little polite. Sometimes in other company, I'll do a burp too. So
Ah,
I was polite today.
That was the first time I saw you when the cannibal ate the card and there was a corner cut out of it. That was funny. I had not seen that.
Yeah,
No.
that's yeah.
That was very good.
Thank you. That whole routine and the corner bit and everything that comes from Curtis Cam. I just happened to take some of the other, like the cleaning his ear. That's something I've never heard anybody say that joke, but that's one that I've used.
Yeah, very funny.
And then but the routine as a structure is Curtis Cam's, and man, for a guy who does a ton of coin magic, he has some killer card magic.
That's Curtis. That's Curtis all the way.
I know. He burned me bad. Right at the beginning of the pandemic, he sent me a small video of him doing a Stuart James illusion, and it just burned me so bad. And I was like, this shouldn't hurt as bad as it does.
You see Curtis Cam do the Roadrunner call, and he'll kill you with it. He does that
Oh, yeah.
Roadrunner call better than almost anybody.
Yeah.
His diminishing cards are really good too.
Oh my gosh.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing that Curtis does. I've wanted to work on that for a while, but like I said, I'm on the whittling end of Magic right now, and that's like just not in it for me. But man, if you guys seek that out, if you're looking for something that'll play for a huge audience, chess level, his diminishing cards is perfect.
Yeah. So is Tommy Wonders. Yeah.
Yes, agree. I'm a big fan of Tommy as well, and I didn't do anything that was Tommy related in this one, but I do a couple other ones that he does.
Very cool.
His Everywhere and Nowhere card is just so good, so good. Basically, I'm a gigantic nerd and I love magic. I've watched way too much magic in these years.
Not possible.
Very possible.
That's how you learn magic.
So the CC guys know this, but like we'll be we'll be doing a routine, and Aaron will like look over and be like, Sean, who made this? And I'll be like, oh, that's on like page 8 of Apocalypse.
Oh,
It's just stuck there. I can't get it out. Like, I mean, it's in here, and like there's so many other things I'd like to learn in life.
Well, you're very polished and very easy to follow. It's just fun. You make
Oh,
it
thank you so much.
yes.
stories. Yeah.
Thank you.
That coin thing at the beginning just blew me away. That was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Evil, evil.
Thank you.
Evil's right.
Really, really great stuff. All of it.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, the coin one is actually new for me, and I'm having a lot of fun with just vanishing 4 coins and not bringing them back.
That's
think this is-
expensive though, Sean. It really
It is actually kind of rare, I guess. Yeah, no, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, there's just something about I forget who wrote it. There's something incredibly uncomfortable when somebody vanishes something and does not bring it back.
Brings it there.
Well, they're still hanging. They're destroyed or whatever.
I
Yeah,
think it
it's-
was
Sean, that does get expensive if you.
I think it was Paul Gertner.
Those were Morgans too. I'm out like $100.
I think it was Paul Gertner with the salt shaker, and he would banish it and not make it come back.
Yeah, there's
And
something
that-
about it.
And he would stick it in his sock and walk away. And then what he would do is he'd find out who he was performing for, and he'd go to the concierge and he'd give them the salt shaker, and they would put it right in the door when they opened up the door to their room and see the salt shaker sitting there.
Oh, that's great.
It's a
Spooky.
great bit, you know.
We're lucky in the New England area. Paul's now a native of Newburyport, so I mean,
Wow.
it's nice.
Yeah.
Our magic community over in the Boston area is really growing. It's pretty great.
Where do you live?
I'm just south of Boston. The last about 6 years, I've lived on Cape Cod.
Oh,
I'm originally from just south of Boston. I've lived over in Worcester. I've been on the whole neck of Massachusetts, but
Cape Cod is more than just south of Boston.
what's that?
I said Cape Cod is more than just south of Boston.
Oh no, I'm in Easton now.
Oh, okay.
So
That's a
like
few
that's
hours.
about. So if you're in Southie, that's about 20 minutes.
Okay.
If you're right near the highway side of Southie, if you pop on, Easton's 20 minutes south.
Okay. I used to
And
live-
then when I was living on Cape Cod, I was living right about there, right on the bicep of Cape Cod. So
much time in Gloucester or Cape Ann area?
I've been over there a few times. My wife and I did a mini moon when we got married in Marblehead, which is the town next door.
Yes.
Don't you get arrested for doing mini moons?
Many moons ago, yes.
You were married, John.
Only full moon, John. Only full
Fair
moon.
enough.
Not a community.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mother's family's from there. I have an aunt in Marblehead and stuff. So yeah.
Oh, nice. So when we did that, we were in Marblehead for like 5 days or something, and I ate so many lobster rolls. in a
Oh,
week.
boy. Oh, boy.
It was. I don't recommend doing that for anybody, but it was awesome.
Fried clams though. Fried clams too.
I'm not. I'll eat fried clams, but I like fried oysters more.
Oh, okay.
Not into-
Are you a full-time magician, Yasha?
No, I've been working as a physical therapist assistant for the last since about 2015, so 7 years. But the last year, I've actually gone back to school. I'm gonna end up being a high school biology teacher.
Wow.
Oh.
So
Oh,
yeah,
great.
you know, as my son's getting older, I'm starting to value that time. And when you work in healthcare is your time. You know, and you're pulling like you're getting home at like 7 or 8 o'clock. He's in bed already. It was miserable. So I'm just trying to redo it a little bit, and I have a passion for science. I love science. So I've been finishing a couple classes for that, and I'll be teaching in the fall.
Oh, you're gonna be the cool teacher. The cool teacher.
You
does the
will
magic
definitely,
tricks.
you'll
Yes.
definitely have the attention of your
Yes.
students. No question.
Yes.
Hey, look at this,
No
guys.
question.
How
teacher
young are
does-
you,
You can
John?
teach them the biology
I
of the
am-
honeymoon.
I'm 36.
Good
So
you.
for going back to school in your mid 30s isn't exactly easy, but it's been really good.
Try doing it in your 50s.
Very true.
That's
Any,
great. though.
any,
That's-
any
that's
magic
great, though.
plans for your frog dissection? Oh, you know what? You can do the cannibal cards with the
I
frog.
do
Oh.
a mean vanishing spleen.
Oh, your kid, your students are going to be so lucky.
Put the frog back together again.
The
Oh,
Saturday
they're
Night Live, Saturday
They're
Night
going
Live
to be
routine where the
fighting
guy
to get
takes
into
away
your
the.
class.
Yeah,
Truly.
you could do the gypsy thread with the intestine. That would really be disgusting.
Oh.
Starting to sound like an episode of MASH here. Oh
But
boy.
I like the idea of
God.
a vanishing. I like the idea of a vanishing appendix, so you don't have to make it restore. You know, it's not-
There's a Saturday Night
you don't
Live.
really need the appendix anyway. So.
I don't want it again.
Saturday Night Live bit.
You know-
the guy removed the people's spines and stuff during his
Vanishing
routine.
tonsils, you know.
Yeah.
What grade level are you gonna teach?
High school, so it could be anywhere from like grades like 10 or 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's usually when they do that bio.
Yeah, it was 10th grade when
Right.
when I was
Right.
10th grade was bio.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is what I like. You know, like working in healthcare, I worked in physical therapy, so anatomy and physiology was my thing. So for me, it was a natural transition to be like, oh, I love biology. Let's go to that route. And,
Right. Right.
I'm actually, because part of the curriculum that I had to redo is chemistry was part of it. And I'm actually really liking chemistry, which I didn't think I would. So
Well, it's magical.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Reactions are magical.
Yeah, last semester I did a project on cyclical reactions.
Oh, that.
Oh, it's so cool. It's I kid you guys not. It's like I don't have my phone on me, otherwise I'd show you. But it's like Harry Potter world, right? Like I mean, you got this clear flask, and it's just going blue, clear, blue, clear.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh, wow.
it's the coolest thing ever.
There's an effect. I mean, you can
It's
make that
really cool.
There's a
Yeah,
great
that's-
book called Chemical Magic out
Yeah, I
there
would-
that's got all sorts of stuff. in
The
it.
problem is
was
half
thinking
of
of
those
that.
chemicals are illegal now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And Martin Gardner stuff. That,
Yeah. Martin Gardner has so many great, just forgotten about things.
Mhm.
You know, oh man.
Yeah.
I think every
You can get,
magician has gotten what is it? Martin Gardner's Math Magic,
Yeah.
the book.
Oh, that's-
Yeah.
I think every magician has gotten that for Christmas. At least.
That's a great book.
But he also had the Encyclopedia of Impromptu Magic, which Todd
Yes.
does. And that's got some unbelievable stuff in there. Everything from apples to zebras. Literally.
Yeah, there's a ton of
And-
great magic in there.
Yes. I bet the gypsy spleen isn't in there though.
I'll tell you what.
Well,
Now you're
or
gonna,
the mini
Guy's gonna be
moon.
thinking about
No.
that all night.
They're
You
gonna,
mean
they're gonna
guys.
be, they're gonna
I'll
be
tell you guys
running.
this though.
They're gonna be running out of
My
the room.
favorite kind of books are those like they're like all the collected magazines and stuff in the books. Like I love those.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys this: the Richard's Collected Almanac.
Oh, that's a great book. Oh,
That is the most
fantastic.
underrated magic book. Of all
Oh, it's a
time.
great book.
There's so many great things in there. I mean, there's stuff from Alan Okawa in there. There's stuff that you'd never see anybody doing, and it's just such a beautiful book.
Yeah.
The interviews from back then, it's great. Magic menu books too; those are awesome.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Alan Okawa do his stone with the hole in it that he produces? That's he used to do that at conventions. You ever see Alan Okawa do that? It's
No,
really
I haven't
cool.
seen that. Because I was living on Cape Cod and it made sense. I was always doing his seashell routine.
Yeah.
He has a bunch of different effects with seashells. He had a matrix with seashells. He had He had the transposition seashell one, and man, oh, they're great.
I think he even
If
made
you live in
Sally
Houston-
appear.
What's that?
I think he even made Sally appear. Sorry.
He
That
actually
joke.
did, he provided all the wallets for Hollywood Magic. He made some really great wallets.
If you guys haven't listened to the Skinner tapes that were originally Alan's possession,
Oh, boy.
that is the best investment you can make. The Michael Skinner tapes are
Ones
phenomenal.
Jeannie put out?
Yes,
Yeah, those
they
are good.
are phenomenal.
Yeah.
I would pop those in and listen to them on the way to work, and that's the first time I really kind of came across like the Smiling Mule and stuff like that. And it's like John Carney in the background talking about it with Mike Skinner there, and it's great.
Oh, my goodness.
Great, it's really fun. It's really
Wow.
fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Well, Sean, I really appreciate you spending an hour with us, sharing your magic and your stories, and getting us to learn a little bit about you and your 2.5-year-old who is asleep. Fortunately.
He's officially asleep now. He was making a fuss when I was doing the coin trick.
Yeah.
Really?
We didn't notice.
Didn't hear it.
You had our attention.
Next week, we're going to have a very interesting performer, Anastasia Sin,
Oh, that's going to be fun.
and she is talking about biomagic.
Oh,
She
Sure.
does biomagic.
oh,
Be
so,
here.
Yeah, you ought to join
So
us.
it's not necessarily for the faint of heart.
Oh, good.
I love it.
Giving you a heads up, but
Uh-oh.
it's going to be pretty darn interesting. So that's next Friday. So with that, everyone, please give Sean a round of applause.
Absolutely.
Well deserved.
Thank you guys so much. It's been
Thanks, Sean.
an unbelievable privilege to hang out with you guys today.
Great.
And
Thanks,
when
Sean.
you find yourself
Okay,
in
entertainment.
LA, please look us up and we'll hang out.
Absolutely. I would love to.
John, I'm gonna throw out that Monday, I think, is when the ballots open up and people start voting for the board of directors. You have a month to do it, though, I think. So.
No shameless
throw that
plug
in.
or anything.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say to vote for me. I'm just saying the vote's open. You can vote for whoever.
Yeah.
I'm voting for me.
Are you a
Wink,
council member? You're not a
wink,
council
wink.
member then, right, Sean?
What's that?
You're not a member of the council? Or are you?
No,
a
I'm not
council
right
member?
now. I would like to be though. I really, really would.
Okay.
You need to come visit us on Monday night.
I know. Monday is my long day, Michael. I'm sorry.
You go to Thursdays, but you don't come to Mondays.
I've only been a couple times. They say that I'm there all the time. I am not there all the time.
All right.
Well, thanks for those who joined, newbies. You're more than welcome to continue. I have no plans on ceasing the Friday Brunch shows anytime soon.
Hey.
And for showing up. Good to see you.
John, you're gonna be at the castle
as
tonight?
Well, sorry,
You gonna be at the castle tonight?
I will be at the castle this evening. yes.
Cool.
Are you going to lunch today?
I am going to lunch today.
I will be there.
Good. So thanks, guys. Great to see you all.
Ew.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Excellent.
Hi,
Thanks,
Jack.
John.
Thank you, John.
Anyone in a Super Bowl pool?
I think everybody.
Who gave? Who
Oh.
gave?
That's the superb owl. It belongs to Magic.
gotta say who gave.
Good to see you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Jack,
Thanks,
good
John.
to
Thanks,
see you, my
John.
friend. Any comments before we end, Jack? Any pearls of wisdom from the man, the Goldfinger?
It's cold Jack.
This was worth the price of admission.
Oh,
There you go.
oh.
There you go.
So Sean, send your contact info to what's your email, Jack?
Entertainment@magiccastle.com and CC Jack Goldfinger magiccastle.com, and make sure you include your phone number. A call will be quicker.
Beautiful.
Because I think you just passed your audition to be booked, Sean.
Oh, thank you. Thank
All
you.
right, guys.
Definitely.
Talk to you later.
Thanks, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Everyone have a
Everybody.
great week.
Have a
Nice to
great
see